Good news from Sony. The Japanese giant said its PlayStation 4 game console sold a whopping 7 million units. With more on how the game is not over, WSJ's Ian Sherr joins us now from Washington, D.C. Ian, thanks for being there.
My pleasure.
So, game not over for Sony. This is great news.
It is. It's good news for them. The real question a lot of people have been asking, and still are to a large extent, is how much growth is left in the video game industry. We saw a lot of declines at the back half of the last generation of video game consoles, the PlayStation 3, the Xbox 360, and the Wii. And when updates were released in November, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, there was a lot of question about how many people are going to be buying these systems, how many more people are going to buy them than last time around, and how much revenue really can grow in the industry. So this is a good sign, at least early on. We've got now 7 million that are sold directly to consumers. They verified all these purchases. And the biggest thing also is that it shows momentum. Last month in March, they said that they had sold 6 million. So we're seeing still a pretty rapid clip of sales.
This is really, and Ian, this is really phenomenal. I mean, we've talked on the other show I do, Digits, the tech show, about how rough it has been for these game makers over the years, particularly because some of these games, the games itself, because the box is worth nothing without the games. It's been expensive and hard to do. 20 million software titles for this device sold as well, which is great too. Now we've also got the Xbox One from Microsoft. Is that doing just as well?
We don't know. So part of the struggle has been that Microsoft has said they don't want to release any more sales figures except in quarterly reports, and they made that decision back in January. So now we're kind of stuck in a situation where until we get a quarterly report, which won't be apples to apples to PlayStation. So Sony's releasing information about sales to consumers. What Microsoft will release will be sales to sales channel and the retail people. So it's going to be hard to kind of figure out how each one of them is doing in the end. What we'll really get a sense of is, maybe a year from now, we're going to get a real sense of who has better momentum. But for now, it's going to be a little hard to kind of glean how the Xbox is doing compared to the PlayStation. Now, there are some ways that people have been going around to do this. For example, I myself have been going to a number of retail stores trying to figure out, okay, where are the boxes? Are there a lot of PlayStations on the shelves? Are there a lot of Xboxes on the shelves? And I've been noticing really since the end of the year that there were a lot of Xboxes, especially at Costco's, piled up on pallets. And there have been a lot of sales going on. When they released their big, highly anticipated title, Titanfall, in March, they actually gave it away for free if you bought an Xbox.
Wow. That's a pretty weak sign.
It's not the most promising sign. Exactly.
And we'll have to, and Ian, we'll have to leave it there. Not the most promising sign. I'm sure we'll be hearing more on this. Ian Sherr of the Wall Street Journal.